everybody, welcome to RAMAKKOS Gear Talk. Today we're going to talk about the essentials of layering. As you can tell, it's getting a little bit cooler, the nights are getting a little bit longer, days are getting a little bit shorter, we're heading into fall. It's going to be in a little bit cooler weather, so one of the key things to keep you warm and keep you comfortable while you're out doing all of your sorts of adventures is proper layering of clothes. As you can see here, I've got quite a bit of layers on right now. We're going to go through what I've got on. I went out fishing today. This is kind of my fall classic. This is basically what I wear when I go out. So I'll overline what I've got on. So starting on the bottom, I've got a pair of Smart Wool hike socks on. And those are a really good sock. Basically it's a wool sock, as you can tell. It's a merino wool, so it's not like we would assume. It's not really scratchy, it's actually really soft, definitely like one of the more comfortable socks you can possibly wear. Really good thing about that is it's moderate cushion, so it's not going to be super warm, but it does provide you a little bit of cushion if you're going for a hike, and it allows the sweat to wick away from your feet. So if you are somebody like me who your feet sweat quite a bit, that's great because then your feet stay dry all day. Starting up a little bit farther from there, so staying next to skin, we're doing base layers on pants and on top. What I've got on is a pair of Icebreaker 200 weight base layers, so the pants and then the long sleeve shirt. It's just a nice light layer. It's not anything overly insulated. It's considered they're lightweight. It's not the underwear one that they've got the 150 grain or 150 gram. It's the 200, so it is a little bit more. In the morning, I was out fishing at like 6 o'clock this morning, so in the morning when you're out, it's nice to have that extra little bit of layer. You can always take your like insulation layers out off the top, but it's nice to start off with that on the bottom, again, for the purpose of pulling sweat off your body. It's not that cold out yet, but if you've never heard the term, you sweat, you die, it's an awful thing. If you start sweating and you're wet, you're just uncomfortable all day. What that merino wool base layer does is it pulls that moisture away from your body and wicks it out to whatever your next layer that you've got on is. So super convenient, super comfy. Going from there, we're gonna go pants. These are a pair of Marmot Screes. None of this stuff has to be exact. You don't have to get these exact same things to be out in the wilderness and be comfortable. These are just the types of things you want to be looking at. If you're looking at base layers, you can also go with Polypro base layers. The way I kind of justify whether I'm going to wear a Polypro or a Merino is how active I'm going to be. If I'm going to go and hike like crazy far, like 30 or 40K in a day, I'm going to wear a Polypro layer because I'm going to be sweating a lot more, and Polypro tends to wick a little bit better but doesn't have as much of an insulation in it. So if I'm going to do low activity, I'm going to wear a wool. So again, next one up, this is a light softshell pant. These are the Marmot Screes. By far my most favorite pant. My wife's got a pair, I've got a pair, like all my friends have a pair. These are like the hiking pant that you can wear as a pajama. Seriously, they're literally the most comfortable pant. You can climb in them, you can lounge around in them, you can hike in them, you can do anything. They're a little bit warm to use in the summer, but they are basically a light softshell, so they're also slightly water resistant, not crazy, but they're pretty good for being windproof too. It's a good fall/early winter pant because you've got that base layer on underneath, so you're wicking it out, it's going to wick it again. It's obviously, if it's raining outside, you're going to have to throw a rain shell on top of it, but really good pair of pants to go with. On top of that, I've got an Under Armour. It's one of their fishing series shirts, so it's a UV proof shirt. It's actually one of my favorite shirts to go with. Basically it's sort of the same thing. It's like a light soft shell type shirt, and that is what we're gonna go for the top. It's very similar in technology. On the outside, I basically only wore this in the morning. I don't need it anymore, but on the outside I've got an Arc'teryx covert cardigan. It's just a fancy sweater. You can really wear whatever sweater you want. I like fleece. I like a heavy fleece that's got like a more durable outer coating on it. I like a full zip. Allows you to zip it up, unzip it. Doesn't really matter what way you want to go. It's really good if you've got those 3 layers though, because I can take this off if I'm getting warm, if I'm getting cold I can put it on. If it starts raining I can take this off and put a shell on. Layering is definitely the key way to go, especially as it gets cooler. And basically the whole game plan is just to prevent yourself from getting wet from sweat. So as you start to warm up, you take a layer off. And that's pretty much all we have. Pick your favorite pair of hiking boots and go out and enjoy the outdoors. See you next time.